All right, here we go. You know we had to do it. This one is going to be a 357 SIG test. It is our Speer Gold Dot versus our Underwood Gold Dot. And we do have that full size Glock 31. So you know we had to test this one because it always does good out of that short Glock 33 barrel. So here is our Gold Dot, our Speer Gold Dot to be exact. That one is a 5-pedal design. And our Underwood Gold Dot is a 6-pedal. So both very good looking rounds. And we're going to be going in the gel today. So we do have our 10% block. And we do have our jug backstop just in case we do get that pass through. So what I will do is I'll set this chronograph up in front. So hopefully we can pick up a impact velocity. And we'll see how these rounds could do head to head. Here we go. All right, here we go. That first one up is going to be that Speer Gold Dot. We are stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did on that one. So this one actually looks a lot lower than what we normally get, but our impact velocity was 1,307 feet per second, which still isn't bad, but I definitely expected more. So let's see how that gel looks. All right, so there is that entry hole. You could definitely tell it did quite a bit of damage when it was coming in. A nice big star cut. And first I'm just going to show it from the top. We did get a pretty massive cavity on that one. So it still looks like it's doing pretty good, even though that velocity was a little bit lower. Check it out from the side. Massive energy dump as soon as it came in. Pretty huge stretch cavity. Of course, this one did make it through. This is only a 13-inch block, so we do get quite a few pass-throughs. And it was stopped here in this first jug. But huge cavity on that, so we will measure it. Let's see from top to bottom. We are getting 3 inches from top to bottom, so definitely a good stretch cavity on that. Not too bad, really good spiral cut. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up for that Underwood Gold Dot. All right, here we go. This next one is going to be the Underwood Gold Dot. So we are stepping back to 15 feet. All right, let's see how we did. I was hoping to stay out of that other wound pass, so let's see if we were able to. So we are leaking, so we definitely did make it through. And our impact velocity on that one was 1,434 feet per second. Actually did a off-camera velocity test on those, and we got 1,464. So those ones are rated at 1,465, so they were pretty close. But there we go. Our cotton t-shirt did fall on the ground, but we did get a nice entry and exit on that. And let's see how we did. So that one does have a pretty nasty entry hole on there. Really good star pattern. But you can almost, well, I guess you can see inside that thing. Kind of hollowed it out. So like I said, we will do our cross section on these. But just looking from the top, it almost looks like the original Speer Gold Dot actually did a lot more damage. So let's see from the side. Once again, did get that full pass through, and it is rolling around in that first jug. So all the rounds that we did test today did make it through the block and into the first jug. So pretty much expected, but check out that stretch cavity on this one. Looks really, really good. Not too bad. So let's see if we can get a measurement on this one from top to bottom. It's all the way down here. Let's see. So this one is right at 2.5 inches. So that last one was right at 3. So we do have a little bit less But these Underwood Gold Dots, even though they do have the velocity, they usually don't do as much damage because the way that they open up, when they peel back, they get real tight. They have a real tight fold back. And that spear Gold Dot really spreads out. But still not too bad. So what I'm going to do is flip this block over so we can get a better view of those stretch cavities. And we will show both those rounds to compare. Alright, so like I did last time, I will show the stretch cavity right before I show that round. So there's one on the left, excuse me, left side is the spear Gold Dot, and the one on the right is the Underwood Gold Dot. So I don't know if you can tell from there, but there's definitely a difference. So we'll go over here on this spear side. We got a massive stretch cavity on that one. Looking really, really good. Super deep cuts. And on the other side is that Underwood Gold Dot. So that one's no slouch either. We're definitely getting some pretty good damage, but it kind of seems like that spear definitely did more. So let's see how they look. All right, here's both of those rounds. So on the left is the spear, on the right is the Underwood. So like I said, this one does open up a little bit wider. This one does have a little bit tighter peel back, but let me get on this side. But still, picture perfect, uniform expansion on that thing. Peels those petals right back. Real nice looking round right there. Like I said before, this is the 5 petal. So it seemed like it did really good. I usually get more higher velocity out of our short barrel, so it probably does have a really quick burning powder in this one, because it seemed to actually slow it down out of this full size. So there is our spear, and then we do have our Underwood. So you can definitely tell a little bit tighter profile on that one. Looks really good though, picture perfect. I like the way these ones look because it has kind of those talons like that Ranger T. Those sharp little edges, but really tight fold back on that one. So definitely good to see that they did perform well, and we did get a pretty good penetration out of both of them. There we go. That was spear Gold Dot versus Underwood Gold Dot in the full size Glock 31. All right, so this one was that spear Gold Dot 357 SIG, and once again, tons of damage coming in. Quite a big star pattern in that one. Same thing on this other side. I did split it in half already, but yeah, you can see a lot of damage in there. Huge star cuts. And then we'll split it. All right, this one, same thing. Tons and tons of energy dump on that. This is where it came in. Once again, immediately started opening up. And we got huge tears in this gel. Tons of that cotton t-shirt kind of dragging through. Yeah, you can see how wide and how deep those cuts are. This was that other section, same thing. Tons of cotton t-shirt. Pretty much about a 1/4 inch in. Just dumping all that energy. You can see just how deep those are. So that spear Gold Dot, even though it was going just a little bit slower than it normally is, and slower than that Underwood, it was still packing quite a punch and doing lots of damage to this gel. All right, this one is the Underwood. Looks like we got quite a bit of damage on this too. After we cut it open, it kind of shows a little bit more. So same thing, just tons and tons of energy dump. You can see that crazy star pattern in there. So whenever it's spinning and going through that rifling, it's cutting through this, just creating tons of damage. So we'll split it again. All right, so we pretty much got an equal cut all the way down. And same thing, came in, immediately started opening up, dumping tons of fabric, and just cutting super deep in this gel. Getting a lot of damage. You can see on this one too. Looks like we do have a little bit of pieces of lead in there too. A couple fragments, but A lot of energy coming through on this one too. It didn't have as much of a permanent wound cavity as that speer gold dot, but still would not want to be in front of that thing. So there we go. That one was the Underwood Gold Dot. 357 SIG. Both of them were 125 grain.